So I have enough split pea left over for dinner tonight. The cinnamon crust came out great. Cheese and ham sandwiches, they were excellent. Flat apple pie, oh yeah, you get it all in this video. Well, I know I promised you lunch this next video. Well, we gotta heat up the stove. We gotta make breakfast, so I'll give you a quick glimpse of that. But we're gonna make split pea soup, and that only takes about 2 hours from the peas being in their dry form to actual lunch. So you get a bonus. Well, watching the wonderful wife sift into a cup the other day, I said, well, I could make a funnel. So I've taken the time to cut a reducer, plumbing reducer down to fit up inside there, but I'm going to take this apart, and because I don't want to use any glue, I'll just use some hot glue. So we'll go ahead and take this off. I've got the bin emptied. There's going to be a little bit of flour no matter what, but that's all right. I'll get this piece, like I say, hot glued inside there. And then we just have this little cap to pull off, and that'll reduce down into that measuring cup that she likes to use. Well, there you go. I got it hot glued in. Have a smaller plug, so it should poof out the side a lot less, and that will drop into a cup much easier. So why did I use this? Why didn't I just buy one that goes on the outside? Well, it's because this is drain pipe, like your gutter drain is the size of this. That's what would fit up inside the sifter that I had. And they don't make a reducer for drain pipe. Oh, they make a square one so you can have your downspout drop into it. But I didn't want a square one, so I just went ahead and bought the PVC one and cut it down. Like I say, I hot glued it in. It's not coming out of there. And then I cut that one down. I cut this down as well, so I didn't have so much vacuum that when you push it on, like I said, when you push it on, it shouldn't poof out the flour out the rod holder. So while I had this apart, I went ahead and put the tape on the inside here as well after I put the tacks in so it would all hold together. So now we're ready to go ahead and put this back in the cabinet, fill it with flour. Everything should be nice and tight and bug free. Oh yeah.
Today we're going to make pancakes, so we're going to try this new system that he's got here for the flour. We need a cup of flour for the okay, we got our cup of flour. Much better. We're not got so much off to the side, so that looks pretty good.
And we got rid of the puff too.
Yes,
putting that little cap on doesn't make it go everywhere.
We've got a...
I think we got a win there. Well,
yep.
While you're making the pancake mix, I'll go ahead and go out and get the fire started.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, we got our oven gate open. We're gonna open up the chimney. We're gonna open up the air inlet. We're gonna get this fire rolling. And we're gonna put a big piece at the bottom here with another one. But if you want to get a fast fire, get a whole bunch of smalls up on top. That will get your griddle warm quicker. And I'll show you the technique here that we're going to use. I'm going to kind of lay these in the bottom, bigger ones at the bottom. Take newspaper. It's a sin, it was never finished. The more edges there are, the better. Lay that in there. Put some more wood on top of that. Let me show you. And we we've got our smalls. They're going to get that putting flame to all the rest of that. So I'll show you. So we'll go ahead and look at that fire. You can see it glowing in there, but we'll get another match going on this end so we can blow it a little bit. You can see smoke coming off the top of the stove. Well, that's what we talked about. It's not UL listed. So you want to know what I'm doing there. I'm making a little triangle and blowing. So while that's warming up, we're going to take our pan because we're going to cook on this. You see we're not so hot we're smoking. Take a newspaper. Oh yeah. Let's polish it up. Clean up any of the old food particles possibly. And it cleans up your top so you're not going to get rust on it. And then a quick clean up with that whisk broom again. Let's check that fire. We got some fuel to add to it. Oh yeah, looks like she's burning good. That'll help. So how's that flame doing? Looks like we're good there. How about the back burner? Yeah, we're getting started back there too. But the smoke and heat, the flame, all are heading to the chimney. And that chimney gate is open. So all the heat will be going up the chimney. So after we get a well-established fire, we want to control that a little bit. We'll put the oven gate at half. That will close off what's going up the chimney and make the flame and heat spread down the rest of the griddle here, because we're going to be cooking on the griddle. That's one way to get more heat to your griddle. So we have a bacon press. We'll go ahead and put on that back burner there and let it heat up. And as you can see, we're smoking off some of that PAM that we sprayed on there. That's all good. If you got a smoke alarm, that may be a problem. So now that we have the oven gate at half, we're going to want to put our chimney to about quarter close. That will bring more heat to the grill top, because we're trying to cook on that grill top. And don't forget, you got to close down that air damper. That'll help with the heat on that grill top. So we want some grease for our pancakes. And what better grease is there than bacon grease? I don't want to get too much on here. That should be plenty enough to get that grease we need for the pancakes. And just so you can see, that first griddle is warmer than the second griddle. I'll put a couple of pieces of bacon on there as well. That's because we like bacon. Let's look at that fire. Put a bunch of little smalls in there. Yep. I'll go ahead and put that oven at full now. That will send all of the smoke and heat across the griddles down to the bottom, underneath, and then up the chimney. That's how the oven gate works. It turns the heat to the oven. And like I say, it will heat up the top here more evenly than if we left that where the smoke was going straight up the chimney. You see we're getting heat to these pieces now that we have that oven gate closed, so all the smoke is going across it. All the heat is going with that smoke. Oh yeah. So Wonderful Wife mixed up some pancake batter, and we have griddles on our stove. So we're going to make griddle cakes. Like I say, you can see the hot spots and the cooler spots. And you do want to keep a good flame on your griddle top by adding small bits, because as you can see, the hotter part is here, but it is coming over to this side as well. Oh yeah. Wait till the bubbles are all the way around on those. That way we know that side is warmed up enough. Piece of shit. So this is plenty hot enough now. Just gonna help cook our bacon over here. Oh yeah. This end of the stove is the coolest. This looks like the very front of it as well. So we got this going in to be eaten on. We'll finish the rest up. That's mine. So any of that extra bacon grease you don't want going somewhere, you can just throw down a paper towel or even newspaper. That should take care of any of the excess oil. And what do you do with that? You turbocharge. That's right. There you go. Just like we like it. Now we're going to need hot water for the split pea soup we're making for lunch. So that's definitely going to get hot. You hear it complaining already. So for our split pea soup, we got ham. Couldn't find a ham bone. So we're going to add carrots and celery to that. And half a bag of peas is going to make a big old pot worth. There we go. Add the hot water. We need about 3 cups of water. That looks like about 3 cups. We can always add more because it's hot. So we're going to let that cook on the stove. We don't want it too hot. We'll get this boiling again, then move it to the cooler spot of the stove and let it simmer. Give that a quick stir. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. So how's that fire doing? Oh yeah, we're gonna need to add a piece. You see that? Those are what rounds will do for you. So I'll go grab a couple more rounds and we'll let this simmer in here. So we'll go ahead and throw an ugly round in, and that'll keep that fire controlled a little bit better with the round. So we are boiling. So I'll go ahead and stir that up. And normally in an electric range or a gas range, you turn down the heat on the burner. On a wood cook stove, you move it away from the heat, and the closer to the front and the closer to the corner you get, the less heat there is. So that looks like it'll simmer right here. Throw the lid back on it. We're gonna let that cook for about 2 hours now. So it's been about a half hour. Give that a stir. Everything's looking good. But we've got wonderful wife here. She made what?
Flat apple pie. I made what's we call a flat apple pie.
That's going in the oven. Looks like we're at 350 in there right now.
Oh, yum.
So we've got the flat apple pie in there. And how long does that take?
About 40 minutes.
Okay, we got our timer set to 40 minutes. So if that's got to go 40 minutes, we're going to throw in another round. That'll give us about 30 minutes of burn time. Of course, I'll be keeping an eye on that and throwing wood in as needed. Well, it's been 40 minutes, so that pie should be done. I'm going to go ahead and stir the split pea soup. Oh, that's looking good. Let's go ahead and pull out that flat apple pie. Looking good. So we have the leftover parts of the crust that we're putting in with cinnamon and sugar on it. That should go in there for about 15 minutes. And we'll be right back with you. So that split pea is looking good. We'll put it on the back burner here. Oh, that's what I call the back burner. And we've got cheese sandwiches we're putting on the griddle. Everybody wants something different in their sandwich. That's all right. But this is a warmer part of the griddle, as you saw. So we'll get those fried up. Be right back with you. And I think those cinnamon bits are done. At least they look like it. So they've been on there a couple minutes. Let's go ahead and flip them. Oh, that one's looking good. Oh yeah. It's gonna warm them sandwiches right up. Give another stir to the split pea. Oh yeah, it's looking split pea-y. We'll still play Ring Around Rosie here, get the hot ones going on the end that were cooler on this end. And we got that split pea boiling a little bit more there. It's all done. Looking good. Well, Kevin's starving, so he's taking his grilled cheese like it is. I don't know if Wonderful Wife wants it any toastier than that.
Looks good.
What do you think?
Looks good.
All right, we'll get that soup dished up. Be right back with you. So that just leaves my cheese sandwich on there. And we'll get everybody dished up with some split pea soup. Oh yeah. That'll warm you up on a cold day. And I'll get back to you with the results of how all that came out. Well, that's going to do it for this week's video. We're just going to go ahead and clean up the top of the stove. It's still good and hot. Our grilled cheese came out great. The split pea soup came out. I have just enough for dinner tonight. That's going to do it for me. The cinnamon crust, which is basically pie crust, was great. The flat apple pie taken to the brothers and sisters for a get together. So we'll let you know how that all came out. Of course, there won't be anything left. But that'll make it for today's video. I want to thank you for stopping by. And go ahead and comment below what you think of today's video.